Good morning friends and welcome to a brand new episode on Trans India,
Ke Saarthi, Partners in Progress.
presented by Tata Motors and powered by Apollo Tyres. William Shakespeare said, "What's in a name? A rose by any other name would smell as sweet." दोस्तों कहीं ना कहीं ये ट्रक ड्राइवर्स के लिए भी बहुत ही एक एप्ट चीज़ है। आप उन्हें सारथी बुलाइए, आप उन्हें पायलट बुलाइए, आप उन्हें कैप्टन बुलाइए, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं उनकी तरफ जो रवैया है, उनकी तरफ जो एटीट्यूड है, वो एक ट्रक ड्राइवर का ही है। हम ड्राइवर शॉर्टेज की बात करते हैं तो टॉप ऑफ द लिस्ट जो आता है, एक आदमी ड्राइवर क्यों नहीं बनना चाहता? उसका कारण है लैक ऑफ रिस्पेक्ट, लैक ऑफ डिग्निटी। आज एक लॉन्ग हॉल ड्राइवर 40 से 50 हज़ार रुपये हर महीने कमाता है, बट that is not enough incentive for him to be in this profession or for others to come into this profession. India is aiming to become a $5 trillion or a $8 trillion economy. उसके लिए बहुत ही ज़रूरी होगा कि goods एक जगह से दूसरे जगह efficiently और cost effectively move हो. Can this be possible without truck drivers? We don't think so. सो कहीं ना कहीं अगर हम देश के प्रोग्रेस की बात करते हैं, एक जो बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्टनर इस प्रोग्रेस में है वो है हमारा ट्रक ड्राइवर। पार्टनर्स इन प्रोग्रेस सीरीज़ जो है विल लुक एट वेरियस एस्पेक्ट्स ऑन व्हाई ट्रक ड्राइवर्स आर नॉट कमिंग इनटू दिस प्रोफेशन एंड व्हाट पीपल अराउंड दिस प्रोफेशन आर डूइंग टू मेक लाइफ बेटर फॉर ट्रक ड्राइवर्स। फॉर एग्जांपल ट्रांसपोर्टर्स ट्रक ड्राइवर्स के लिए क्या कर रहे हैं, या जो OEMs हैं what are they doing for truck drivers? साथ ही साथ टायर कंपनीज, ऑयल कंपनीज या गवर्नमेंट ट्रक ड्राइवर्स के लिए वो क्या कर रही हैं? पार्टनर्स इन प्रोग्रेस presented by Tata Motors and powered by Apollo Tyres looks at these various aspects. In the first episode of this series, we have with us Ashish Loomba from Multimodes India. What makes Ashish special? Well, Ashish has been handling a fleet of hundreds of trucks for a long time. इसका मतलब ये है कि hundreds of trucks के साथ उन्हें hundreds of truck drivers भी चाहिए. He has a battalion of truck drivers. How does he handle those truck drivers? And does he have enough truck drivers to run those hundreds of trucks? Last when we spoke to Ashish, he said, as of today, I don't face any shortage of drivers, but going forward, he has his apprehensions. So what is Ashish doing to make sure that his fleet never runs dry of truck drivers? His partners in progress, the partners of his business. Let's hear it from Ashish in the first episode of
Ke Saarthi, Partners in Progress.
Presented by Tata Motors and powered by Apollo Tyres. We'll be with you on the other side of this very short break.
But before we go into this break, here's a message from Rajesh Kaul, Vice President and Business Head Trucks at Tata Motors.
Hello everyone, I'm Rajesh Kaul and I'm responsible for the truck business at Tata Motors, commercial vehicles. See, today as I stand before you, it's with immense pride and gratitude as we celebrate the unsung heroes of India's logistic ecosystem. And I hope you get whom I'm referring to. That's our truck drivers. You know, our Ke Saarthi, what we believe. These individuals tirelessly navigate the length and breadth of our vast nation, ensuring that goods reach every corner, industries thrive, and markets stay connected. Truck drivers in India are not merely, I would say, vehicle operators. They are the lifeline of our economy. From delivering raw materials to factories, to transporting food to markets, finished products to consumers, our Saarthis keep the wheels of commerce, turning all the times. At Tata Motors, we definitely recognize the indispensable role they play, and we honor their hard work, skill, and dedication. For us at Tata Motors, truck drivers are not just users of our vehicles, but frankly, the key stakeholders in our journey because of the fact that every truck we design, every service we provide, and every innovation we introduce is centered around our Desh Ke Saarthi.
अपोलो के 5 स्टार रेटेड टायर लगवाएं, फ्यूल और पैसा दोनों बचाएं।
Welcome back to
Desh Ke Saarthi, Partners in Progress.
presented by Tata Motors and powered by Apollo Tyres. We are in conversation with Ashish Loomba from Multimodes India, who tells us more about his partners in progress, that is the truck drivers.
So Ashish, tell me, when we say partners in progress, in terms of the road transport industry, what does that really mean?
Girish, it means a thing where today major issues with us is the expenditures, the cost of ownerships, which is not today viable for any one of us right now. Considering even if people are thinking that GST is their profit, it is not. It is just it is an illusion where you're going to get money to you get that kind of buffering that you can use that money.
Right.
But that money has to be going again into it. So it is not our profit. And major transport fleet owners are thinking that whenever they want GST more imports, they buy more trucks.
But is that also taking away the livelihood of smaller transporters, since fleet owners are building their trucks based on GST?
Probably yes, and that is they're doing. And one today a truck, normal truck, was a 14 tire or a 16 tire or even you say or things would range between 40 lakhs to 55 lakhs.
But tell me again, Ashish, my question this has always been, when a person is buying a truck worth 40 or 50 lakhs, he has to have business. He can't just take a truck, claim the GST input and park it in his backyard. He has to generate business for that. How is that happening?
It's generating businesses because government has also given us a GEM portal. I don't know if people know about this portal where you will get a different kind of tenders. So people are generating there. They have an option where they clearly state that do you want to go in forward or reverse.
Correct.
People are not understanding that part. If you're going forward, if the cost is 100 rupees, it will be 95 for a person who's going in reverse. And if it's going forward, his price would be 88.
Right.
So ultimately, his price is less than what is for reverse thing. But government is going to be charging 100 rupees only.
Tell me, do you think it was a mistake giving the transport industry these two options? There should have been a parity?
I think it should be. It would be easier because the internal competition is killing us.
Okay, now when we talk about partners in progress, once again, there are different levels to it.
Yeah.
Like from a transporter's point of view, you are partners to your customer. When it comes to driver, a driver is your partner. Are these partners being taken care of?
Probably not, because everyone is running after just getting business. But what is their turnovers? The turnovers might be huge, but where is the profitability? Even our Gati Shakti, which our Honorable Prime Minister has given us, we are highest in transport costs.
True.
How would we reduce it? I don't have an idea for that because every year toll would increase. Probably due to this thing now, the diesels have not increased, so we do not have anything.
Diesel is the stagnant factor for now.
By coming here before your interview, I have received a message that the tire industry is increasing their prices.
Yes.
So how do you get the cost down? We do not have a thing. Ultimately, our cost can only come down if we have something as known as that the diesel, how we sustain the diesel. As we were discussing before also, Indigo six quarters were profit. At this quarter, yesterday's news, it is in black. How can, and the major cost what they must have heard would be of
Diesel.
fuel.
Absolutely. But tell me, keeping, let's say fuel, tires, all these parameters are beyond our control. Increasing efficiency, will that help in getting better profits?
See, efficiency can increase when the person who's driving our vehicle is a partner. See, now we'll have to be a little more specific.
Yes.
When you have your own ownership and you know that I'm going to get lots of money out of it, first the maintenance of the vehicle would come drastically down. The tire cost would also come down because he'll be taking as an ownership in it.
Absolutely.
Today, what happens, driver one, if I'm not driving in my truck, he'll be driving in someone else's. When he knows that this is going to be my ownership or my other my future in this industry, he would obviously take the maximum care for the truck. And that would get us efficiency.
Have you tried using that model in your company?
We are trying to bring in because there are many legal liabilities in it also.
Okay.
Because if I take finance on me, he cannot be a guarantor. So there has to be thing. Now, if you see there are many government policies also where they have people for different age groups, women transporters, that they get funding from the governments also.
Right.
So that model was there, but that model did not work. I think probably because they didn't have that kind of knowledge how to make a transport industry work. Some have been successful, some have not been successful. Mm-hmm. But if it is going to be taking a 95% hit on it, we'll have to at least first train them in that.
Absolutely.
And that can only start when we make them as our partners. See, there was schemes like Chalak se Malak tak. The name is only not right. It hurts. It hurts.
Right. So tell me, Ashish, when we've been talking about driver shortage for a long time now. If this model of partnership comes into place, where we say the driver gets not only a good truck to drive, but also respect. Will that also help in reducing the driver shortage issue?
Definitely, because he's going to be an entrepreneur after that. No? Why don't you think that we're getting him a better option? Today we are saying that drivers are not coming in this industry. They're not coming in this industry. They would not be coming up from the top. That will come directly unless they do not get money.
Absolutely.
See, actually, when we are here to make money, we are not here to do any social service right now.
From what I also hear is, a long haul driver makes up to 45 to 55,000 a month. Isn't that a good amount considering engineers are making much less than that?
55,000 rupees if he's making, he's not going to his house. He's not getting money to eat food.
Exactly. So the challenge is not just money, but other things around that.
See, because if you're going for cost of eating 3 times a day, be around 600 to 700 rupees. I probably think that could be higher also.
But bare minimum.
Yeah,
yes.
because 200 rupees per eating is, I think a tea costs 20 rupees now. I was shocked. So I don't know.
Yes, gone are the days of 5 rupees ki chai hoti thi.
So 20 rupees a tea, we'll at least have 3 teas a day.
Right.
That's 60 rupees. Lunch would not be free. Breakfast would not be free. Water bottles. Now, if they want to sustain their health, they cannot be drinking anywhere water. They'll obviously go for a Bisleri or something else. Right. Because they'll have to take care of their health. Then only they would be able to drive. So how would you manage that kind of money? And today we are also not making money right now. We are also not making money. The problem is that when we use the new technology, now see, I'm focusing on the technology part. Why am I focusing is because today now we know what is the average of the vehicle. Because of the new technology.
Absolutely.
Before we didn't have it.
Correct.
Before we didn't have it. We know if there's a theft of diesel or if you remove the diesel or the petrol pump as people have put less diesel, you can check it up if you have sensors in your vehicles.
Right.
See, when we are talking about partners in progress, we are talking about partners in progress because that time only, that diesel is only going to help us in making this business module sustainable. Vehicle cost is not in our hand.
Absolutely.
Tire cost is not in our hand.
Absolutely.
Maintenance, okay, we have the AMCs models and all, but that is also downtime again.
Correct.
That is also downtime again. So how would we manage? That will be again, that's why I'm saying we are going to have to get AI, we'll have to get technology, we'll have to get everything to understand this model. And probably The major challenges for us is the driver. Driver, if he goes in Ola, Uber, Zomato, Swiggy, I don't know, there are Zeptos, and we have so many
Whole
brands.
lot of options now.
So if he's getting 30,000 in his own hometown,
Yes.
why would he work
Why
for
would
us?
God?
You said 55. Why would 55? He's 20,000 rupees would go on his eating. Why would he work for 30,000 for us when he can get the same thing in his hometown?
Absolutely.
And he can go home, have dinner, spend time with his family.
Correct. So while we've talking about drivers, getting efficiency up is where the bottom line
Yes,
lies.
efficiency is considering the amount of diesel consumption, how it can be improved.
Yes, and plus putting the truck on the road for more number of hours.
Yes.
Now this is where the next partner in progress comes, your customer.
Yes.
How can transporters talk to their customers and make sure that the loading, unloading times are
See,
taken care of?
again, I'm talking we'll have to be on technology. Everything is based on technology now. If we say that it has to be manually done, it will never be able to be done. When you have these GPS systems, they'll have to align their systems in their our API through API. They'll align the system and see the vehicle coming in, going out time, how the next load is being done. It will be all calculated by the AI.
But are customers ready for it because they are used to using a truck as a free warehouse for now?
They'll have to know. So if they want to improve, why would they? Everyone is cribbing. Who's happy with the transporter? I'm asking you, who's happy with the transporter? All customers, every day the same thing. Every day you'll have to say that we do not have trucks waiting. हमारे phrase में तो यही कहते हैं कि ट्रक आपके गेट पे है, हमारे वर्कशॉप में खड़ा होता है. So that's everyone's thing. Everyone's saying no. But now with GPS you cannot lie to them, no.
Absolutely.
So when you make the model like that, we got partners in progress. See, everywhere it's a 55 lakh rupees truck is the investment today.
Absolutely.
And I do not know that if any transporter is able to remove the EMIs.
It's tough. It's tough.
And I'm still last 3 months, we are hitting on recession. And I can see it right now because our freights are not going higher, it is coming down. Shocked to see in last 3 years where my freight, I used to pay freight for outgoing trucks, I'm paying at least 5 to 10% less. Until people are working, how do they pay money?
We will continue our interaction with Ashish on the other side of this very short break. You are watching
Desh Ke Saarthi, Partners in Progress.
presented by Tata Motors and powered by Apollo Tyres.
But before we get into this very short break, yet another message from Rajesh Kaul, Vice President and Business Head Trucks at Tata Motors.
We have continuously enhanced our truck cabins for maximum comfort and safety. Our Prima, Signa, Ultra cabins feature ergonomic designs, spacious interiors, adjustable and reclining seats with lumbar support, and factory fitted air conditioning. So we are talking now about air conditioning which are going to become norms from June 2025, but our trucks, typically the Prima, Signa, Ultra, all those factory fitted cabins came much before air conditioning because that sits in our DNA on what extra we do for our customers, our drivers, and proactively.
इधर इधर उधर उधर जाए किधर ए पकड़ पकड़ जकड़ जकड़ चला किधर ये रपट लपट फिसल फुसल कर देखो मनमानी ओ हर तरफ है खींचातानी जीवन की है यही कहानी अरे जीवन की है यही कहानी जीवन की आसमान घिसा टायर छोटे बच्चे की तरह अपनी मनमानी चलाता है। लगवाइए अपोलो एंडुरेंस आरए टायर। इसकी टेक्नोलॉजी ऐसी कि टायर पर पड़े एक समान दबाव मिले एक समान घिसाव।
तो जीवन भैया अपोलो एंडुरेंस आरए टायर ही क्यों?
ताकि तरक्की के रास्ते पे टायर की नहीं चले मेरी मनमानी।
Welcome back to
Desh Ke Saarthi, Partners in Progress.
presented by Tata Motors and powered by Apollo Tyres. We are in conversation with Ashish Loomba from Multimodes India, who tells us more on how he is handling his drivers and making sure he never faces shortage of truck drivers.
So do you think the next, maybe possibly the 6 months or a year is going to be very tough?
I think we are hitting on recession. Definitely we are going to have very big problems in future. I don't know about the NPAs and all, but I don't know. But seeing this condition where a single truck owner means a driver, if he's a driver and he's put a truck, at this pricing, I don't think he would be able to survive. Then your GST comes in. Are they taking a GST benefit?
Right.
So when we have to get the industry going, we'll have to think about the industry right now, not about ourselves.
Absolutely.
Because if you say ourselves, I'm going 100, see, when these drivers would come in as a partners, the ownership model is going to help everyone. I also, if I want to grow, I think he's taking care of that truck. My margins will shrink, I understand. But if he's giving me good business and I can go to 1,000, 2,000, 11,000 trucks, so it is going to be a problem, no, for every one of us. If I get good trucks, I'm getting volumes. And my major concern would be only to get business. The rest all would be taken care of with everyone.
So I think most of the things are now taken care of. There are your tire efficiency, your tire management is
Yes.
done, your truck management is done. It is just the driver and the customer part.
No, not the driver. It's now the basic things. See, I think there was this AI, this seminars are going on.
Right.
That has to be implemented in our transport business.
How do you see that coming in? I mean,
See,
which
this
areas?
is I have a fixed customer. Say XYZ is my customer.
Right.
I know that he wants 10 trucks a day. When he knows that I have dedicated these 10 trucks to him, he should be having that GPS thing to may automatic detect that this truck can reach to that godowns, so that the labor and everything can be automatically done. Even if it's automation for their loading points, it's going to be different. Everything we have to do on a streamlining. It's like an auto mode version.
The turnaround time has to be really fast.
Yes. See, ultimately, see now, even if you see Tata Motors, they've, I think, tied up with Freight Tiger.
Right.
So if I'm going to get unloading load from, if I'm going to Delhi, I know I have my fixed customers from Delhi. From again, if my truck is again connected to their portal, and they can immediately send me a thing that you can go there and this is the freight price and you can come back. So we are saving time again.
Absolutely.
We are saving on the brokers.
Correct.
Today, brokers also are very big problems for us. They're not giving.
They don't come cheap.
Yes, everything is for a charge. Everything's a charge, and that we cannot sustain right now. See, ultimately, when you use technology, you're going to get the costs down. You cannot get the cost ups.
So I think that is the biggest partner in progress. The tech has to be spot on.
Yes, everything has to be put on in the auto mode, where everything has to be done through their thing. Even 3PLs, first it was a 3PL thing, now everyone's got their own warehousing, they're stocking. So, but ultimately they know that system. The system, now if you see Amazon and all, how much load they carry, how much delivery they do, accuracy level is also very good because they're using technology. We are not using technology. We'll be happy with 500 trucks. Okay, we are very big transporters or something like that. But that is not the case anymore. You'll have to be very much invested in technology. And there, everything, your costing structures and managing the driver in that partners in progress would make it more simplified.
Finally, Ashish, when do you see better days? I can't say good days, but better days for the road transport industry?
Probably not so simple, because the next big thing would be the driver shortage, which is going to hit us very badly. Next generation is not here. About 50, 55 years old driver would not be driving anymore. So I think we have 5-6 years left more.
So I think we need to kick in the partners in progress really fast.
Yes, and you'll have to make him an entrepreneur. Then only he's going to come and say, if you all these Ola, Uber and all, people would give sympathy and then take it from us, and we would not be able to do anything after that. No. How would you manage things? The managing is the thing is that how the guy would get a good dignity of labor and people coming in this industry. Now, if these people don't come in, I cannot drive a truck. I have to say, I'm very simple over there. I cannot drive a truck.
You would rather wind up the business.
No, we don't have an option. See, and managing those human resources is a very big problem today. Because they know they are in demand. They know they are in demand, sir. Because the shortage is that normal rule.
They can see that.
The normal rule says that if you have demand is more, supply is less. So you can understand what is going to happen. So getting the demand at par is a big thing. See, technology-wise, all companies are coming out with well good packages. But again, they're not keeping the driver in mind. They're again keeping the transporter in mind.
So we need to see that change.
We need to see that change. The driver has to be thinking, and we'll have to see tomorrow if this model does not start up very fast, people will not be able to put trucks. How would you get 100 drivers? It's very difficult to get 100 drivers today.
Absolutely. Difficult to get 10, forget about it.
And if you get 100 also, out of the 90 would be not good. They'll be learning on our trucks. Can you be willing to pay 55 lakh rupees to make a driver learn how to drive a new truck with the new technology? Right. We can't take that risk.
Absolutely.
And no, as your fleet gets older, you do not get drivers. They want new trucks because again the thing has come there. But when they know that their ownership is going to be with them in future. I know some fleets who say that after 2 or 3 years we give it to the driver and whatever. But I don't know why is it not clicking then.
Right.
Okay, it's not clicking. It should click.
But this thing needs to happen on a very large scale. I mean, it has to be
It
seen.
has to be seen. There were other fleet people who had come in our business with 4,800 trucks. They were not successful, but because of some reasons, must be their reasons. Again, they didn't know the basics because they were not behind the drivers. The drivers only made them. Driver got an opportunity to make money, and they didn't have the efficiency of the thing because that time he didn't have technology.
Correct.
Now the technology part, yes, now we are better placed, but that technology is at the beginning level right now. As it goes, and we can make a super transport system according to that. But if we do not make it, then I don't think think that okay, you buy trucks and keep buying. It is not going to happen.
I hope things change really fast.
They have to. If they don't, it's going to be big trouble for everyone. And then again, see, I've seen your interview that railway is going to take over. It is not possible for us because
they'll make a small dent, but they won't have a huge impact.
Yeah, but again, see, if you see, then there was an association. If you see Amul story, how did they make it big into Amul? The Lijat Papa story. Yes. They made it into a corporate thing, and then they started to grow. Now you say individually you keep fighting, you don't get anything out of it. You will have to keep in a big corporate thing coming in where everyone is the owner and you start growing with it. And that growth is going to help us in the near future. My major concern is driver management today. You can take orders from any company.
Yes.
But if you do not have drivers, you have a truck standing, what will you do? You cannot do anything. I have asked few drivers of mine who are driving Ola Uber. They're happy in that. Yes, they're happy in that. They're at Delhi. If you see major fleet drivers used to come from north side. Where are you getting drivers from north side? Absolutely. Because in Delhi and NCR and Noida, there are so many.
Ubers, they have
Swiggy, Zomato. Again, it's a good business.
They have multiple options now.
Multiple options, and then go back home.
Go back home.
They can spend time with their family. Right. And out of only few people are going to be there who are going to manage this, then the demand supply thing would come, and then I don't think our transportation cost is going to come down. It's going to go higher.
Well, friends, that was our interaction with Ashish, who tells us very clearly that truck drivers have to be treated as partners in business. You cannot just treat them as your employees. They deserve much more than that. They are working hard to get more than that. Well, friends, what you see here is a Tata Motors truck. Now, what exactly does Tata Motors do to make sure that the driver, his journey is comfortable, there's less fatigue, he can do more for his company? Because end of the day, an efficient fleet will make sure that a transporter makes good enough profits to pay his drivers. So what goes inside this cabin? We will tell you in our next episode of Partners in Progress, where we will be talking to Rajesh Kaul. You have been watching
Ke Saarthi, Partners in Progress,
presented by Tata Motors and powered by Apollo Tyres. We will be back with you next week with yet another very interesting interaction. So until next week, stay safe and drive safe. Jai Hind.